Hello everybody and welcome to Andrew Discusses, the video series where I take a look at something and I give my thoughts and opinions on it. That's not totally a review, but more along the lines of I want to do a discussion about it. See about things that I suggest that might be good and what your thoughts are as well. Okay, I kind of like that intro. Let's roll with that. Anyway, today I figured I would talk about honestly something that's been bothering me for a long time. Now, as many of you know, I am a big fan of Transformers. In fact, I am a humongous fan of Optimus Prime. I have an Optimus Prime pen. I have the Optimus Prime from Fall of Cybertron. I pretty much am an Optimus Prime nut. Okay? I could quote him almost by memory. So, yeah. Now, here's my question, though, today for everybody out there. Now, if you've ever seen the original G1 Transformers series, you'll know where I'm coming from with this, but why didn't Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons, just go on a full, all-out, 100% strategical attack against the Autobots, from the start? For starters, I want to go over this. I want to stress this. Megatron knew where the Ark was. He knew where the Autobots' base was. He knew where they were. Why didn't he go there? Because he's been proven that, and I know I said I'm an Optimus fan, but yeah, I'm rooting for Megatron on this one because Megatron's cool too in his own special way. But why didn't Megatron just go there? Because he's been proven that they can pretty much fly under the Autobots' radar from time to time. Go to the Autobot base, dig up a channel, fill it up with some fake dirt, or make a channel, and pack it with some Energon cubes. Unstable ones at that. Lure the Autobots out, create a massive attack, blow up part of the base and or the entire base itself, and then chuck some of the Autobots into the Energon pit where they would ironically be destroyed by the overloaded, unstable Energon. Instant win. Then you could go around and plunder and pillage all you want because there's literally not going to be anything to stop you. That's my question, though. I mean, let's think about this logically. I know Megatron has the massive amount of bumbling idiots that he works with. Soundwave is pretty much the only competent Decepticon amongst the group of Decepticons. And that's even throwing the two combiners into the mix, Devastator and Menasor. So it's basically Megatron and Soundwave. They're about the only competent ones. Shockwave's up on Cybertron, so you can't count him. But as far as the ones on Earth, it's pretty much just Megatron and Soundwave are your only two competent Decepticons. So why is it then that, like I said, Megatron can come up with a strategy, we're going to plunder, get some energy, and then what? It's the same old story and same old song and dance. What annoys me is that Megatron has this potential. He literally has this massive army of ass-kissing yes-bots at his disposal. Starscream, the sniveling idiot that tries to take over power every other day, is still there. And I swear, the only reason why Megatron keeps him around is an inside joke of all the other Decepticons going, hey, 5 Energon cubes says today's the day Starscream takes over. I'll give 10 Energon cubes, somebody that can tell me that, Megatron's going to beat Starscream into the ground for the end of the day. Whoever's making those bets, they're winning big. Well, one's losing big and one's winning big. But, still, that's honestly my question of this. I mean, there was an episode where Megatron literally got the heart of Cybertron. He went, found their old Decepticon ship, took the energy coil out of it, or the energy generator out of it, had it put into his body, and was literally a walking power factory. I mean, he just walked through the Autobots like they were nothing. And instead of finishing him off, it's like, let him have one last night. Cower in fear. I want to celebrate with my men because we're going to finally beat the Autobots. But he knows where the Autobots are. He walked right up to the Autobot headquarters. Okay, well, he flew there, then walked right up. And it's basically like he was going to make the Autobots his bitch, basically. And it just never stops to amaze me. This is supposed to be a strategic mastermind, a genius when it comes to military strategy, and he gets beaten down by the Autobots all the damn time. And the Decepticons, because his own incompetent troops are hindering his efforts. It's like, look, I mean, the Constructicons are basically, like I said, ass-kissing yes-bots. They will literally do whatever Megatron says. If Megatron tells them to jump off a cliff, they'll jump off a damn cliff for him. They're ass-kissing yes-bots. So is Soundwave. So Soundwave and the Constructicons would probably be the best bet for this. Megatron could have just had the Constructicons build a tunnel or build a trench, underground, or, hollow out some of the ground without taking too much of it away over top, put in some unstable energon, blast away some of the dirt in the fight, make it look like they're missing on purpose to expose it, hit one of them, boom, massive chain explosion. Autobots have no clue what the hell's going on. They now have no idea what the hell to do. And next thing you know, Megatron takes advantage of this, goes up, bitch slaps them. Down on the ground, the Autobots go. Takes down Optimus Prime. Takes down the Autobots. The Ark is now his to control, and Earth is his. Why did he never think of that? And this is a guy that has had his hands on some decent quantities of energon before. Now, granted, this wouldn't have been a strategy to do right off the bat upon landing on Earth, when you really had no idea what was going on. But let's face it, after a while, once you figured everything out, that would have been your best course of action. Hey, let's go for one wholehearted ass whooping. Let's get some energon cubes. Let's get a whole strategy going here. Blow this bitch up. But no, he basically keeps trying his stale old plans of, I'm going to take over the world this way, or I'm going to take it over this way. His best idea wasn't even something from his. I guarantee you he found it in an Earth book and then copied the idea. He did a Trojan horse in the Transformers movie back in the 80s. He did the Trojan horse by flying in on the Autobot shuttle. If it wouldn't have been for the fact that Hot Rod and what the hell is the kid's Daniel? I keep forgetting what the kid's name was. Spike was Sparkplug's kid, and Daniel is Spike's kid. God, I can't think. I can never remember that. But if it wasn't for the fact that Hot Rod and Daniel were up on Lookout Mountain to watch the shuttle coming in, they would have never known that the Decepticons were on that shuttle. The Decepticon plan would have worked. Let's just sneak into Autobot City with the Trojan horse. It's literally the Trojan horse. That was Megatron's best idea. Seriously. And throughout the series, prior to the changeover for at the end of Season 2, beginning of Season 3, he's literally tried to take all the Earth's energy. Got to get it back to Cybertron. Whereas I would have focused more on, hey, Autobots have a limited amount of people here. They have a limited amount of Autobots. We have a slight advantage in certain ways. If we use this to our advantage and strategically screw them, we'll nail them to the wall. Yeah, I know what you're going to say, but there were a lot of Autobots, and yeah, you had more of them popping up like weeds than anything else. But it's basically the concept. So, I mean, my discussion here is, why didn't Megatron actually plan out a strategy to take down the Autobots? I mean, his entire goal was to get energy to take back to Cybertron, to rule Cybertron and then the universe. But to do that, he had to stop the Autobots. The best way of doing that is basically is to do a strategic idea. Have a strategic battle in mind, have a strategic plan set forth in motion, and go that route. Then, once you have the Autobots down on the ground, down, for the count, then you basically bitch slap them, where they can't fight back. You have their heads on a vice. They can't win. That's when you nail the coffin shut. You finish them off with no oppression to stop you. Then you take over the world. No, he's doing it the opposite way. I'll take over the world first, almost conveniently forgetting that the Autobots were still around, but yet acknowledging that, well, the Autobots don't know what we're doing. No, the Autobots usually figure it out. Somehow, some way, they figure it out. But, I mean, why didn't you just do that? And then when Megatron became Galvatron for Season 3, it was a total shit show, basically, because Galvatron was just crazy. He had no idea what the hell he wanted to do. It was basically, I have no idea. Just complete and total destruction. Complete and total destruction. I honestly would have just, like I said, let's dig out a channel, let's lay some traps out for the Autobots, let's drag them back to our battlefield, lure them towards us, I don't know, kidnap one of the humans or something. They'll come to get the humans back. Kidnap one of the humans, drag one of the humans to the spot, and boom, just nail them left and right. Hidden trap here, hidden trap here, hidden trap here. And then have the whole thing, just when the Autobots think they finally won, that's when you collapse the ground around them, and it reveals a massive Energon pit. Megatron and the other Decepticons are far enough away, you just snipe that thing from far away, Energon explodes, Autobots are gone. Just like that. And I don't mean any disrespect, I love the Autobots, they're my favorite. And you have to root, though, occasionally for the bad guy. I mean, come on. But, you know, I have some favorites in the Decepticons, too. I mean, I do like Soundwave, and as much as an annoyance as he is, I do own a Starscream figure, so there is that. But, I mean, come on. You have to like the Decepticons, at least some of them. You have to occasionally root for the bad guy. It's just like Power Rangers. There were times when I was rooting for Rita or Zed to win. It's like, look, you feel sorry for him after a while. I mean, yeah, you know, good always has to triumph in shows and everything else, but occasionally you have to remember this. Good and evil are both two sides of the same coin. They both coexist at the same time. One can't exist without the other. So occasionally one has to, you know, overcome the other and balance the equation out. It doesn't work like that all the time when good's constantly whooping evil's ass and evil has nowhere to go. No, it doesn't work like that. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'm kind of interested. I mean, does anybody out there think that Megatron and the Decepticons could have just easily whooped the ass of the Autobots if they actually would have put some strategy and some thought into this and not had the sniveling, oh, I'm going to take over as leader of the Decepticons and overthrow Megatron of Starscream and, you know, the triple changes of Astro Train and Blitzwing just screwing the pooch left and right? Do you think that they could have actually defeated the Autobots had they put some thought into it, or do you think they did everything right? I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Discusses.